OceanGate's Titan submarine embarked on its journey from St. John Port in Canada. The intended location was to dive into the depths of the North Atlantic Ocean, approximately 700 kilometers away from St. John. At this point, the shipwreck of Titanic is also present in the depths of the ocean. The expedition began on 17 June 2023, and according to the plan, the submarine was scheduled to descend into the water on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Before the dive, there was an issue notice in Titan. However, despite the knowledge of this problem, it was still submerged into the ocean. What was the issue notice? And why was this danger disregarded even though it was known? Let's find out the answer of these questions in this video. There were a total of 5 individuals on this expedition, including Hamish Harding, the founder of Action Aviation, who had previously traveled to space with Jeff Bezos. Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate. There was 77-year-old Paul Henry, who had also visited the Titanic wreck before. He was shipwreck experts, and he had a lot of knowledge about the scattered parts of the Titanic. In the end, Pakistani business tycoon Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman were part of this submarine. On June 17th, Hamish Harding posted his final post on the internet, stating that, due to the cold weather, their dive had been delayed. He also mentioned that they would dive in the morning when the weather would improve. These 5 people were going to see the famous Titanic wreckage. Titanic sank in 1912. Attempts were made for many years to search for it, but due to the harsh conditions of the Atlantic Ocean, this task was not easy. Finally, in 1985, the wreckage of the RMS Titanic was found on the ocean floor. Titanic had left behind so many unanswered questions, and it was time to search for the answers. Several expeditions were arranged, involving experts and researchers from different countries. Canadian filmmaker James Cameron made multiple trips to the Titanic wreck in 1995, and then the Titanic movie was released in 1997. The success of the Titanic movie created such a frenzy that visiting the Titanic wreckage in person became the dream of millions of people. In other words, this task is no longer limited to research purposes, but tourists have also started visiting the shipwreck site. It is said that reaching the depths of the ocean is even more challenging than going into space, and the biggest reason for this is the water pressure. The Titanic shipwreck is approximately 4,000 meters below the surface of the sea. In this depth, the water pressure is 5,800 psi. On 18 June 2023, at 12 p.m., the submarine journey started. Normally, it takes 2 hours to reach the Titanic wreck, but at 1:45 p.m., Mothership Dollar Prince lost contact with Titan submarine. It takes 2 hours to reach the Titanic, and the contact was lost only 15 minutes before. It means that the submarine would have already reached close to the Titanic. Reaching the sunlight in this depth is impossible, and it is always extremely dark here. The wireless signal getting disrupted is a normal occurrence. Initially, this situation was not taken too seriously. The entire trip lasted for a total of 7 hours, from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the evening. However, when there was still no contact from Titan until 7 p.m., the crew on board the mothership started to worry. The Canadian research vessel Polar Prince started the search for Titan. At 9:40 p.m., they contacted the American Coast Guard for assistance and requested help. The next day, on Monday, the American and Canadian research teams began a proper search operation in the entire area. They continued their search not only on the surface of the sea, but also used sonar scanning to search inside the water. The commercial vessels in this area were also ordered to keep a lookout. This search operation continued for the next 2 days, but there was no sign of Titan. But then a ray of hope appeared. On Wednesday at 6 a.m., the search team heard some sounds from the depths of the water. These sounds were heard with the help of underwater receivers sent through remotely operated vehicles. However, even this time there was no news of Titan. The fear of losing Titan forever was increasing, because the oxygen available in the submarine was only sufficient for 4 days, and by that time, 3 out of the 4 days had already passed. But the search teams from America, Canada, and France did not lose hope. On Thursday, at 12 p.m., ROVs were sent near the wreckage of the Titanic. What they witnessed there was truly shocking. At 3:48 p.m., the ROVs which had reached near the Titanic wreckage observed a part of the Titan just 1,600 feet away. What they saw became headlines worldwide. It meant that the submarine couldn't withstand the pressure of the ocean and cracked in the depths of the sea. This news created a buzz all over the world, raising questions about OceanGate safety. Stockton Rush, who lost his life in this accident, had mentioned in year 2021 that he knew he had broken some rules while constructing Titanic because it was made not of steel, but with aviation-grade carbon fiber. He wanted to bring some innovations to the industry, which is why he replaced steel with carbon fiber. Before its first launch, Titan was also tested at pressures ranging from 5,000 to 10,000 psi, and it passed the test. However, experts believe that submarines face various forces under the ocean, including not only pressure, but also the flow of water caused by waves, and it could be due to a heavy rock or a collision with another sea creature. Whatever the reason, the carbon fiber proved to be a weakness for Titan, along with pre-existing cracks. Yes, in year 2019, Carl Stanley, a nominated businessman, was also on board the Titan submarine. Carl mentioned that during the journey, when they were descending, he heard a cracking sound from the body of the Titan. At that moment, he didn't pay much attention to this sound because he had complete trust in the CEO of OceanGate, who had designed this submarine himself. But after the accident, they informed CNN that perhaps the sound was a warning indicating that the Titan's body couldn't withstand the pressure of water. If this is true, then there is no doubt that cracks had already started to appear in the Titan's body. In year 2018, an executive from OceanGate had raised his voice against the carbon fiber body of Titan. He stated that this issue would be apparent just a few milliseconds before the submarine's explosion, and indeed that is what happened. According to experts, it would have taken only 0.3 seconds for the Titan to rupture at its deepest point. Share your thoughts about this incident in comment section and subscribe our channel for more informative videos.